Today on the drive, we're going to talk some more about fear. Don't miss it. Good day to all of you. This is Jim Webb. I hope that you are having a good day. Been asked by several people to expound a little more on this subject of fear. I knew and figured that it would touch some feelings, touch some pain points. And so I'm going to spend a little bit more time today just talking about how to identify the fears and what they're doing to you. And then on the next episode, I'm going to talk about 3 steps that you can take to overcome your fears and be as productive as anybody or better than anybody can be. One of the first things that you have to do is to acknowledge that you have a problem. To acknowledge that fear is definitely real and that you're dealing with it. I mean, you don't have to stand on a mountaintop and say it. I don't think that it's necessary for you to run down the street hollering, I'm afraid, or stand up in your sales meeting for that matter, or even sit down with your boss if you don't have the kind of relationship that you can be vulnerable with, because honestly, there are some ignorant folks out there that think that if you're afraid, there's something wrong with you. Well, that's baloney, okay? I try to keep the language at the level that my grandkids could actually hear me doing this. So it is baloney, all right? Fear is real. And I talked about last time that it shuts you down. I mean, it can actually kill a career, and it does kill careers. But let me tell you what fear really does. That probably is the worst thing, and it's because it does close you down. It causes us to procrastinate. Do you ever find yourself saying, you know what, I'll just make that call tomorrow? Okay, why? Why tomorrow? What is better for that customer, that prospect, about calling them tomorrow? Think about that. What about, I need to make 100 call attempts today, and it gets to be close to noon, and, I haven't made a dent if even starting. And so, lunchtime, let's take a break, take a deep breath, and I'll just absolutely double up the effort this afternoon. But then, somewhere mid to late afternoon, that tomorrow thing comes in again, and I'll do it tomorrow. I guarantee you that I'm going to do this tomorrow. It's procrastination that is brought on by the fear, and that fear again is rejection. Fear of rejection. It's not enough confidence, not enough belief in what you do or who you are. There's so many things that come into play that cause that fear, but you have to acknowledge the fact that there's something stopping you from taking action. What is stopping you from taking action? Because, if you're going to start to be great, you got to get started. And if fear is causing you a problem with getting started, then how will you become great? Fear and overcoming fear, dealing with fear, takes a lot of energy. There's sometimes I know that we'll have a day where we don't accomplish much, and maybe we procrastinated a lot of things to tomorrow, and at the end of the day, we're just flat worn out. Why? We've been dealing with fear. Because fear breeds the guilt of, why didn't I get it done? Why am I afraid of this? And a lot of times it's all inside, and it's shame, and you don't want anybody to know about it. Why don't we talk about it? Why don't the top salespeople, why don't the top producers talk about the fears that they've dealt with? Some do. But I find that in a lot of organizations, that unless you're seeking out this kind of information that I'm providing for you now, and your leaders are seeking it out, which a lot of them don't. And by the way, you guys in the car business, the automobile dealerships are packed full of managers and dealers that never seek out somebody else's opinion about how to do something because they already know it all. And you know what? That's why they suffer so bad. They could do a lot to help you by pointing you to some resources, but also sitting down and being honest that they battled the fears, they got past the fears in order to achieve. So fear is it's huge, but it's not something that has to kill you. You just got to know what to do. So here's what I'm going to tell you today. Recognize when you say, gosh, I'm just going to do this tomorrow, and press through and go ahead and do it today. Okay, you'll be glad you did, because that's taking a big step towards killing that fear. Because on the next episode of The Drive, I'm going to talk about 3 steps you can take, and it's going to change your life. I promise you. You know that there's fear that affects your business, it affects your life. You know it does. You feel it every day. So the 3 steps I'm going to talk about is going to change your life. Have a great day. Expect to win.